Coach Dave Preston. Dave, another tightly contested matchup against a big-time D1 program, and I thought, despite not playing the cleanest match tonight, you guys found yourselves in it at the end once again. Let's get your initial thoughts on tonight's match.
Yeah, I'm looking at this box score here, and I'm not really sure how we made it go 5. Some smoke and mirrors there. Sammy Cooper had himself a night. 6 aces and 3 errors, 23 points. So, no, I thought, you know, Long Beach is one of the best teams in North America. They showed why. They're really fast. They're really disciplined. It really challenged the structure of our defense. We were adjusting some things that we don't normally see. And I thought we did a pretty good job of those in-match adjustments today. Obviously, Saturday we'll be a little bit more prepared, but overall, you know, only hitting $163, but losing 15-12 in a fifth. That's a pretty good defensive night. So.
Now, how do you prepare your guys when facing a team you haven't seen since 2018? Are you able to get film on a team like Long Beach?
We haven't been able to. Maybe some teams are capable of it. We don't have it. They haven't played a lot. I don't know if they played one scrimmage in the first half, but I know there's a lot of film on us out there. We weren't able to dig up much. We saw some of their stuff in the past, and we knew some of the things they had, but they had some pieces last couple of years that weren't there. So, the styles are the same. They're always well disciplined. They're always very fast on offense, and I know that they're always a good blocking team. So we knew what kind of the style we would see. We just didn't know necessarily who would be executing it tonight. So, but yeah, I thought we did a pretty good job, as I say, making some in-match adjustments and battling. You know, we had a couple chances down the stretch that we missed a couple digs, but yeah, overall, I thought we battled pretty well.
And I guess, Dave, just to follow up on what you just mentioned there, what do you feel were the biggest adjustments that you were successful with as the match kind of went along? What were those?
I thought we found some offensive rhythm with Sammy in position 4 and our right sides with both Millsy and Mateusz in position 2 tonight. I don't think we got a tremendous amount of pipe action tonight, which is something that, you know, after a month off in exams and offensive rhythm, it doesn't happen overnight, Mike. So, you know, we kind of expected that a little bit, but I thought we did a pretty good job of getting some pretty good rhythm on the corners. That last ball that Sammy hit in the fifth, 12 all or something, that was the best rhythm that we've had in +4 offense out of that. That was, so I'm really happy with that.
So the team showed a lot of resilience, especially when you guys won the second set after you had a really tough first set. I know you guys haven't played a lot of games this season where you were trailing. So how do you think you helped to instill that resilience in your players?
Well, we train like that Monday to Thursday. So like our Burridge gym kind of goes at each other pretty good. So we may, you know, and I think Queens did that to us. I think Nipissing did that to us as well. So I think we have seen in the past. I thought tonight it was just really evident. Like, what was the first one? 17, and then we came back and got the second. And then the third one was 15, and we came back and got the fourth. So, you know, that's kind of how it goes. We flipped our mids and got a different matchup on 11 tonight, did a better job on him. But, yeah, once that changed, I thought it was a little better. But, yeah, I'm very proud of our resilience.
Coach, we saw Maxime Gazon go down in the first set, and is there any update on him?
Yeah, as everybody knows, he's type 1 diabetic. It was wreaking a little bit of havoc with him tonight. That's always a challenge for him. The more often he plays in this environment, the more often he knows how to manage it. But I feel for that young man. He's a warrior. But tonight, you know, his diabetes wouldn't let him go. And that rips him apart. So we just support him as much as we can right now.
I guess, just one more thing. When Cooper's flying like he was tonight, is it just kind of like, let's give him as much volume as possible?
Well, yeah, but then you saw the next 2 points where they slowed him down and got the transitions right. So I think Sam can fly, and we know that. I think a lot of people know that, but I think we've got some other guys too. And so finding our balance, it's nice to have that. But I thought we did a pretty good job. We got our mid going eventually. It wasn't great tonight. I think Ty only hit 250. And Woj was at 0, right? So we got it going in spits and spurts, but it's tough to win when you don't own the middle of the court. So
That the biggest difference this night in the playing middle?
I don't know if it was the biggest difference, but it was a difference for sure. They beat us in the middle for sure. And we just didn't have a lot of pipe rhythm. So at some point when you're down that many weapons, it becomes, a little bit problematic, and that's exactly what happened. Sam hit 2 great shots at 14 and 15 in the 5th set, but they got touches on both of them.
With the game of adjustments, you guys get another crack at them Saturday. What are you looking for out of your guys next time out?
Well, we're going to recover for sure. We'll dive into the tape a little bit. I think we're going to need to find our balance in serving pressure. I think tonight we had 8 aces and 21 airs. And I'm okay with the 8 aces. The 21 airs, I'm not really sure they were always the most competitive ones, right? So there's certain ones where you're like, yeah, that's good. We were putting them in trouble one way or another there. And then there were others where we were missing targets. Like the first 3 serves of the match, we served one of the best liberos in North America, and you just can't do that, right? They went 3-0 on us in the first 3 side outs because we just made a really safe serve. And against Long Beach, you can't play safe. Safe will get you second.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, thank you.
All right, we're here with 5th-year outside hitter Mateusz Wlodarski. Mateusz, tough loss tonight. I thought you guys were with him all night. Let's see your initial thoughts on how tonight's match went.
I think we're pretty up and down. I mean, the set scores would tell you that, but the moments we were up, I think everyone saw we were really doing our thing and really rolling, but it was more just our downs were pretty bad tonight. So just trying to be more grounded with that.
What does it do for your team's confidence knowing that you can hang with one of the best programs in the NCAA?
I mean, we'd like to think they're not kind of up here and we're down here kind of thing, but it's fun to be in these matches, these Clash of Titans kind of matches, especially before we start up our second half against a program like that.
I guess my complaint is, you mentioned the ups and downs there in terms of, because even when you had won that 4th set and even into the 5th set, what do you think kind of made the difference, or the ups kind of in terms of during the last 2 sets there?
Yeah, in volleyball, it always comes down to serving and passing. And when you're not winning that battle of the game, it's really hard to compete. And those downs we were in, I really think it was just that. It was on the first contact side of the ball.
I'm Jasmine. So you showed good consistency throughout the game. You had 2 or 3 kills at each of your sets. So how do you maintain this composure and consistency against a team as competitive as Ulster?
That's a good question. I just, don't try to get too emotional when things are going well, and kind of keep that when it's not going so well. Just kind of always keep pounding at the rock kind of thing. That's, I don't really have a good answer for that other than that, just don't be too up and down.
Sue's obviously Long Beach is quite a physical team.
Yeah.
Much more physical than some most of the teams you've seen in the UA. What's it like when you go going up a team like that, especially when you get no film on that?
Yeah, they're physical for sure. When that happens, we know we got to make good shots off the tops of the blocks there, and we got to swing hard because they're going to play good defense behind on their blocking. And same thing from the service line, they're a really good ball control team, but also their passing range is good. So we're trying to tee off from the baseline a lot too.
You got to start the game on the right side.
Yeah.
And then you got
Yeah.
moved over to the left. What's it like for you having to play out of pin during a match like that?
Well, I've played a lot of volleyball to this point in my life, so I like to think it's not that complicated to just make that switch. I've done a lot of both. Just kind of like whatever you're feeling, you just gotta mentally kind of reset when coach makes that call and just do it, you know.
What's going to be the difference to not have those lows like you had in the first set and the third set on Saturday afternoon?
Yeah, so I think if we can manage their serve pressure, passing the ball more off the net, we'll be fine. Like, we're good in two-pass offense. What's killing us is like overpasses where we give them back the ball and they can just run it down our throats again. I think that's good.
Thank you, Dave.
Yeah, thank you guys.
All right, we are here with third-year setter Robbie Fujisawa. Robbie, 34 assists, 9 digs tonight. For you personally, but I know this team goes out there every night expecting to win. Let's get your initial thoughts on tonight, how tonight went.
Definitely a tough loss, bringing it all the way to the fifth and then having it so close and just letting it slip in the end. Definitely, like Mateusz was saying, up and down. We can definitely be adjusting on that, but I think overall it was a really good experience for us.
Throughout these two NCAA matchups thus far, we've seen glimpses of how loud the crowd can be in Burridge when we have that kind of championship atmosphere. What does that do for you and your teammates as you guys kind of prepare for hosting the national championship?
It just gets us ready more for that environment, I guess. Like, we are expecting to hopefully have big crowds when nationals does come our way, and like that energy that you feel when there are that many people in the gym, it definitely riles you up way more than a normal match you might have in the OUA, and so we have to insulate ourselves from that a little bit.
I guess just to build on a little bit what Mateusz was talking a little bit, where it's like for you, how do you feel like the team kind of handled Long Beach State serving kind of throughout the match in terms of that involvement?
I think that's where most of our up and down was. It's difficult for me to run the offense when we're shanking a lot of balls and it's super far off the net, or especially the overpasses. I'm not big enough to work with those, but yeah, it's definitely I think. Sorry, I blanked there big time, but
No.
yeah, it's so important for us to have that type of service pressure move us forward.
So late in the fourth set, you had 2 back-to-back blocks, which clearly got the team really excited. So how did those big plays at the net feel as a setter?
It feels really great, more so because I'm much smaller than all the other guys on the court, and I'll sneak up on those guys if they're not careful. So it's always really satisfying to me that I let them know that I can hang up there too.
I saw you conversing with Coach Dave Preston late in the fourth, early in the fifth, and then coming to the team during timeouts. What kind of stuff are you guys discussing? Is it more tactics? Are you looking for matchups that you're looking to exploit in those moments?
Definitely a bit of both. Seeing like Sam Cooper on fire and sometimes trying to adjust the offense so we can make better opportunities for him, but the same way for other people. It's a lot of both for sure to open up our offense and create the best opportunities.
Sam Cooper obviously was pretty consistent out there, but you had a number of different left sides and right sides. How do you work with that to manage the offense when you've got different guys giving you looks like, you got Mateusz on the left side as opposed to a Peter Ragosi against two different balls in each set?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. There's a lot to think about, especially like you said with matchups too. Like sometimes when I have Pete Ragosi matched up with Spencer, I might not necessarily like that matchup so much, but there's just a lot going on, and I love the challenge of setting 2 different guys. Like Pete loves that ball nice and quick, but Mateusz is a little bit loftier, and I love to be able to vary my setting like that. It's a challenge I like to have.
So coming back after the break, it's been a little more than a month since your last game action. What do you guys do to stay sharp in kind of the middle of your season? How do you maintain that momentum after such a long time off?
December is an interesting time, especially because it's exam season as well. We don't quite get in the air as much as a lot of the guys might like to. It's mostly time spent in the weight room and then a lot of groundwork. We had a bit of a challenge this year because we couldn't use any of the facilities here. We had to go off-site, but I think everyone managed it really well.
So how do you feel your team came out sharp, or do you use these 2 games to kind of get ready for OUA action?
I think these 2 games are definitely to get ready for the OUA action, with December having essentially no games. Yeah, yeah.
Thanks, Rob.
Thanks, guys.
So much.